famous places and objects seen from another angle. Part 2. In this video, we're going to look at different well-known places and objects, but from angles you may never have seen before. Let's begin. 31. Angel Falls. Angel Falls is the highest waterfall in the world. It's located in the state of Bolívar, Venezuela. This is what it looks like from above. How vertigo-inducing. It's 979 meters high. 32. Easter Island. It's a Chilean island located in Oceania, in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, 3,700 kilometers from the Chilean mainland. The island is full of these sculptures called moai. These figures represent ancestors and were carved by the island's ancient inhabitants, the Rapa Nui, between 1250 and 1500. Here are the moai, but with their backs turned, facing the sea. 33. The Alamo, Texas. It was the first Spanish mission established along the San Antonio River and is located in the present-day city of San Antonio, in the state of Texas, United States. However, it is currently surrounded by modern buildings and is lost in the middle of the great city. 34. Michelangelo's David. David is one of the most beautiful sculptures in the world. Carved from white marble, it stands 5.17 meters tall and was created by Michelangelo Buonarroti between 1501 and 1504. It is located in Florence. However, during World War II, it was enclosed in a reinforced brick wall to protect it from possible bombing. 35. Amphitheater of Epidaurus, Greece. It is a large open-air amphitheater located in the city of Epidaurus in the northeast of the Peloponnese. This is how it looks from above. Although it was built in 350 before Christ, it is in a very good state of preservation. 36. The Trevi Fountain in Rome. It's a large water fountain surrounded by beautiful sculptures in the center of Rome. However, going to see it can be a hassle given the number of tourists who usually flock there. It's impossible to take a photo just in front of the fountain. It also looks very beautiful from above. It's very common to throw a coin into this fountain to make a wish. 37. The Great Buddha of Kamakura. This Buddha is located in Japan. It is 13.3 meters tall and weighs about 93 tons. It was built in 1252, entirely in bronze. This is how it looks from behind. The statue is hollow, with a pair of windows in its back for ventilation. Visitors can enter to explore it. 38. The Great Wall of China. It is a Chinese fortification built between the 5th century before Christ and the 16th century after Christ to protect China's borders. It is 21,200 kilometers long. However, it also has an end. This is where the Great Wall of China ends when it reaches the sea, in the east of territorial China. 39. Spacesuit. All astronauts wear a suit to go into space and perform their spacewalks. But have you ever seen one open, and how do astronauts get inside? 40. The Tower of Pisa. It's the bell tower of the Pisa Cathedral in Italy. This is how it looks from afar, next to the Pisa Cathedral. It wasn't built crooked, but it leaned over time due to its weight and the fact that it was built on an unstable surface. And this is how it looks from above. It's over 55 meters tall, although at the time of its construction it measured almost 60 meters. But this is how it looks from inside the tower. Yes, it doesn't have much content. There's really nothing inside. 41. Cello. The cello resembles a violin, but larger, although it sounds different from a violin. But look at the inside. It looks like an empty room with lights. 42. The Sistine Chapel, Rome. On the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel are paintings by Michelangelo. The most famous is the creation of Adam. However, the chapel's ceiling is filled with paintings, and it's difficult to locate the famous painting. The entire ceiling tells a story from the Bible. 43. Las Vegas sign. Las Vegas is known for its casinos and hotels, but the sign welcoming visitors to the city is also very famous. However, the back of the sign is not as well known. It reads, "Drive carefully. Come back soon." 44. The Little Mermaid. It's a bronze sculpture of a mermaid located in Copenhagen. It was created by Danish sculptor Edvard Eriksson. However, if you go to see it, you'll have to wait in line to take a photo with it. 45. Mount Fuji. Mount Fuji is the highest peak in Japan, at 3,776 meters above sea level. It's common to see its snow-capped peak. This is an aerial view of the mountain on a foggy morning. It is located west of Tokyo, and this photo was taken by the International Space Station in 2001. Its shadow extends more than 24 kilometers. Like all old volcanoes, it has a crater, although luckily it's not active. 46. The Last Supper. The Last Supper mural was painted by Leonardo da Vinci between 1495 and 1498 on the wall of the convent of Santa Maria in Milan, Italy. However majestic the painting is, this is how it looks from inside the convent, from across the room. 47. Niagara Falls. The falls are located on the border between the United States and Canada. And this is how they look from above. The waterfall splashes so much that you can't even see where it falls. This is a satellite photo. You can see how the surrounding area is completely urbanized. 48. The Rosetta Stone. It is a fragment of an Egyptian rock inscribed with a decree issued in Memphis in 196 before Christ. The decree appears in 3 different scripts: Egyptian hieroglyphs, Demotic script, and Ancient Greek. Thanks to this, it provided the key to the modern decipherment of Egyptian hieroglyphs. This is the back of the stone, where the 3 different scripts can be seen on the same side. 49. The Louvre Pyramid. It is a glass and metal pyramid located at the Louvre Museum in Paris. Here during its construction, it was inaugurated in 1988 during François Mitterrand's government. It stands over 21 meters tall and is covered with 603 glass rhombuses and 70 triangles. 50. Maya Bay Beach. It's a beach on the island of Koh Phi Phi, Thailand. It was famous for being the location of the film The Beach starring Leonardo DiCaprio. However, it has become so popular that it's packed with tourists every day, and you can't even take photos alone on that beach anymore. 51. Obelisk of the city of Buenos Aires. It is an iconic monument of the city, located at the intersection of 9 de Julio and Corrientes Avenues. It has stairs inside, and an elevator was recently installed in 2025. It stands 67.5 meters tall, and the elevator takes you to the top, where you can see through its 4 windows. It was built in 1936 to commemorate the 4th centenary of the first founding of Buenos Aires by Pedro de Mendoza. 52. Tomb of Tutankhamun. The entrance to the tomb was hidden for 3,000 years, until it was discovered in 1922 by archaeologist Howard Carter. Its entrance was sealed, indicating that looters had not found it. Inside were many rooms, some filled with offerings and gifts. And Tutankhamun's sarcophagus, his mummy, and his famous mask were found. 53. Mask of Tutankhamun. The famous mask is well known to everyone. It is made of solid gold and decorated with precious and semi-precious stones, such as lapis lazuli, quartz, and carnelian. But have you ever seen it from behind? The mask is currently on display at the Egyptian Museum in Cairo. 54. Mont Saint-Michel. It's a village built on a small rocky island in the estuary of the Couesnon River in Normandy, France. It covers an area of 97 hectares. But at low tide, you could get there on foot, as the area is completely empty of water. Here's a panoramic view, at low tide, with the sea in the background. 55. Flag Monument in Rosario. It is located in the city of Rosario, Santa Fe, on the spot where General Manuel Belgrano first raised the Argentine flag on the banks of the Parana River. However, when viewed from above, the monument's plaza is shaped like a ship. It is 70 meters high and has a viewing platform at the top, as well as a crypt in honor of General Manuel Belgrano. 56. Oval Office, White House. The Oval Office is the office where the President of the United States works in the White House in Washington, D.C. And it's called the Oval Office precisely because of its shape. But when there's a change of president, the office is emptied and redecorated to suit the new president. 57. Venice. It is located in northeastern Italy. The city is famous for its gondolas, where you can take a ride through its canals. However, not all the canals are wide, and some seem very crowded. Here is a satellite view of Venice with its canals. The city is built on an archipelago of 118 small islands, almost all of them connected by 455 bridges. 58. Peacock. This is what a male peacock looks like with his tail extended. However, from behind, the peacock with its tail extended is completely different. 59. Saturn. This is an image of the planet Saturn with its typical rings that we've all seen. But if we look closely at the planet's north pole, it's shaped like a hexagon. 60. Stonehenge. It's a megalithic monument located in England, about 13 kilometers north of Salisbury. However, if you look at it from above, you can see that the rocks were placed in a circle. It is estimated to have been built between 3100 and 2000 BC. Here's a panoramic view of the area with the road passing nearby. 61. Taj Mahal. It is a funerary monument built between 1632 and 1654 in the city of Agra, India. It was built by the Muslim Emperor Shah Jahan in honor of his favorite wife, Mumtaz Mahal, who died in childbirth. You might not imagine it, but as you can see, it is very close to the city of Agra. It was built entirely of marble and occupies 17 hectares, which includes a large mosque, a guest house, and gardens. It was built on the banks of the Yamuna River, although the view from the river is not as beautiful. A lot of waste accumulates in the river. Even pollution contributes to the degradation of the monument's white marble, turning it yellow and green. 62. The Sphere in Las Vegas. It's a venue for musical and entertainment shows in Las Vegas. The auditorium has a capacity of more than 18,000 seats. It is 112 meters high and 157 meters wide. If you look closely at its exterior, you'll see that it's made up of millions of LEDs capable of changing colors, creating beautiful images. 63. Statue of the Thinker. It's a famous sculpture created by French sculptor Auguste Rodin in 1882. But have you ever seen it from behind? Did you know that there are many statues of Rodin's The Thinker around the world? There's one in Buenos Aires, in the Plaza del Congreso. 64. Times Square, New York City. It's an intersection in Manhattan, New York City, at the corner of Broadway and 7th Avenue. However, during its construction, there weren't that many buildings, as this 1903 photograph shows. 65. Trafalgar Square, London. It's a square in the center of London. However, on one corner there's a small police station, where you can sometimes see a guard. 66. The Wall Street Bull. The bull is a symbol of the Wall Street Stock Exchange area. Although it's also very difficult to take a photo alone with the bull, there are always plenty of tourists. 67. Bonus track. The Windows XP background photo. Who doesn't recognize the photo that was the Windows XP background? This place is located in Napa Valley, California. The photo was taken and then slightly digitally altered, although its creator claims it wasn't altered. This is what it looked like a few years ago, where a vineyard currently stands. Don't miss the first part of the video. If you liked the video, give it a like, and subscribe to receive more updates about our new videos. See you later!